Hello, welcome to my channel Know How. Today we will discuss about healthy foods, different terminologies and different things in healthy foods. So let's start. First of all, we will discuss about healthy and unhealthy foods, fact and fiction. So let's start. Many of us spend time trying to make healthy choices for ourselves and our families, selecting what we think are wholesome, nutritious foods on top of incorporating regular jogs, bike rides, and other physical activities into your lifestyle. Your diet plays a big role in truly becoming healthy. We can spot the differences between healthy and unhealthy foods thanks to the following characters. Healthy foods rich in nutrients, fresh and unprocessed, limited in sugar and sodium, avoids saturated and trans fat, and unhealthy foods. Minimal nutritional value, heavily processed and are manufactured, high in sugar, sodium and bad fats, added artificial preservatives. While most of us are aware of these common differences between healthy versus unhealthy food groups, such as broccoli and pizza, other consumables aren't as clear. Unfortunately, many snacks that are marked as healthy actually contain hidden sugars and bad fats that make them anything but. Olipla explores the seemingly healthy foods you may want to reconsider during your next grocery shop. Our topic contents are: beware the so-called healthy foods. Second, what about unhealthy drinks? Third, what is in sports drinks? Fourth, the truth about carbs. Where do they sit? So let's start from first. Beware these so-called healthy foods. Below is a roundup of foods that may surprise you for not being entirely as healthy as you thought. This could be because they have lots of sugars, sodium, or bad fats. First in our list is dried fruits. Processed dried fruits found on supermarket shelves is loaded with sugar, which, if not burnt off throughout the day, is converted to fat, not the healthiest snack. A healthy diet should only include 1 or 2 servings of fruit per day. So, munching on a bag of sugary dried fruit isn't the best idea, especially if you are trying to lose weight. because much of the sugar contained from dried fruit is fructose. It can increase of risk of heart disease and diabetes. Even worse is dried fruit with added sugar, often referred to as candied fruit. Some of these products coat the fruit with extra sugar or syrup before heading to the drying process. Avoid them at all costs. Second is nectar. Health gurus often gave in coconut nectar as a better alternative to traditional sweeteners like sugar and honey. Unfortunately, nectar reacts the exact same way to sugar inside our body, so isn't quite the healthy option it is made out to be. But what about other claims of health benefits, such as coconut nectar containing other nutrients? Unfortunately, these claims are likely untrue and may be used by brands as a marketing technique. In fact, some studies have found that coconut nectar contains more calories per teaspoon than table sugar. At the end of the day, nectar is still a sugar and therefore not essential to our diets. Third one is muffins. Even if they are filled with fruits or vegetables or are made with seemingly healthy ingredients like oats or bran, muffins are still calorie bombs that are loaded with sugar and fat, similar to cakes. Many muffin recipes use all-purpose flour containing zero fiber. This is even worse if you eat muffins for breakfast, as without an adequate intake of fiber, you won't feel full, leading you to indulge again. This is why it is so important to know what goes into your muffin if you can't live without them. At the fourth number is granola and cereals. The supermarket cereal generally contains two major ingredients: processed wheat and sugar. Many kinds of cereal contained very high proportion of sugar per serving. Even cereals marketed as organic or healthy often contain high levels of salt and sugar. Be careful and read the nutritional labels, not marketing. For example, in 2015, Choice compared different Australian cereals marketed to children in different criteria. Cereals with a 4 health star rating contained large amounts of sugars and sodium. It just goes to show that these ratings are not guarantee of a healthy food option. Now, At the fifth position, we have processed meats. It may seem like a convenient and healthy lunch option, but packaged processed meats could be endangering you and your family. The World Health Organization has listed processed meat as a non carcinogen, meaning cancer causing. Processed meat refers to items such as hot dogs, ham, salami, and sausages. Effectively, if the meat has been treated in some way, such as salting, curing, and smoking, it has been processed. And while meat can have health benefits, it's all about moderation and trying to avoid extremely processed meat food groups as much as possible. At the sixth number, we have fruits and flavored yogurts. The makers of fruit yogurts that often claim to be 99% fat-free have to introduce some kind of additive to counteract that lack of fat. Often that additive is sugar. Your average single serving of yogurt can contain up to 20 grams of sugar. If you are having this type of yogurt for breakfast, you may find yourself craving even more sugar throughout the day. It's best to opt for the healthy, plain variety of yogurts and add flavor yourself with fresh fruit and spices. Some to try next time include apples, bananas, berries, raisins, strawberries. Now let's discuss muesli bars. Often added to lunch boxes as a healthy snack, muesli bars often suffer the same spin as cereals, being loaded with sugar but using buzzwords light, natural, and whole grain to mask it. Added sugar and fats are prevalent in many of these products, as are the different food additives used to improve taste and shelf life. Like other items we mentioned previously, you are much better off making your own muesli. This allows you to control the ingredients and ensure that you are snacking on something healthy. Now let's discuss our second topic, which is what about unhealthy drinks? A glass of fruit juice in the morning, strawberry milk with lunch, a soft drink after a bounce on your trampoline, and an energy drink after a sports match. How often do you stop to think about exactly what's in those everyday drinks that you and your kids are consuming? Branding and advertising often sway us to think that certain products are healthy and are therefore okay to consume on a daily basis. However, as you may have read above, this is far from the truth. Now let's discuss, is orange juice healthy? Orange juice is perhaps the most deceptive healthy drink there is. Oranges are a fantastic source of vitamin C, which assists the immune system and the growth and repair of tissue. It's probably also why we hear this question raised so much. Is orange juice healthy? Many commercial juices are loaded with refined sugar. One serving of your average orange juice contains the equivalent of 5 teaspoons of table sugar. Not only that, completely juiced fruits are essentially liquid sugar. Even without additives, they are essentially a combination of sucrose, table sugar, glucose, and fructose. Eating as much of the whole fruit as possible is what provides the most nutrition, especially fiber. When choosing orange juice, pulpy options are always best. Steer, steer clear of products labeled fruit drink or fruit cocktail, as they don't contain much real orange, and look for labeling like no added sugar or organic. You may find this tip is helpful for you. Use a juicer at home for a more nutrition dense and refined sugar-free fruit juice. Now let's discuss flavored milk. Is chocolate milk good for you or not? While it does contain protein needed for strong bones, at 7 teaspoons of sugar per 300 ml serving, a small glass of flavored milk is both the high sugar and high fat option. If you think that is bad, the flavored milk on the market today are often sold as double that size or larger, often in 300 ml and 750 ml varieties. Diabetes QLD has also noted that people who drink flavored milk have a heightened risk of type 2 diabetes, regardless of their body weight. It's important to know that single flavored milk can contain an entire day worth of sugar in one serving. Tip: make DIY chocolate and maple milk by whipping up your own milk syrup. You only need four ingredients: water, maple syrup, cocoa powder, and vanilla extract. Our next topic is energy drinks. Often advertised as improving energy levels and concentration, energy drinks have spiked in popularity over the years. Unfortunately, they can also come with many health consequences. Energy drinks have been linked to cases of health palpitations, irregular heartbeat, and increased blood pressure. This is no surprise as one of the key ingredients found in energy drinks outside of their large sugar contents is caffeine. They are also very easily consumed thanks to their sweet taste and the feelings of increased energy that they provide. There has been strong documentation of the dangers of becoming reliant on energy drinks, with this addiction stemming from consuming the drinks as a child. Our next topic is soft drinks. There is no hiding from the most obviously unhealthy beverages, soft drinks. They combine the worst things we have listed above, including high sugar levels with zero nutritional value. This means all you are getting when sipping down on soft drink is sugar and unnecessary calories. And similar to energy drinks, addiction can be a real issue. Our brain releases the pleasure feeling chemical dopamine when we consume sugar. This can then lead to levels of overconsumption, using soft drink to continuously trigger more and more dopamine. It's important to remember that in strict moderation, having a soft drink is totally fine, but avoid you and your family having it regular. Tip: if your family really has a thirst for the fizz, use mineral water and natural fruit flavorings to create fun and healthy combinations. Now, now let's discuss our next topic, which is what is in sports drinks. We see it every day. Children drinking brightly colored sports drink after footy practice, before a weekend match, or at lunchtime with their tuck shop order. They are also very common in a range of activities such as playing on monkey bars. Because of this, we thought it best to separately cover sports drinks in a little more detail to determine what's in them and if they are a healthy addition to your diet. Sports drinks first originated in 1960s when scientists were trying to determine how to keep athletes hydrated for longer. They discovered that after periods of intense exercise, when we lose lots of water as sweat, an athlete's stores of electrolytes and carbohydrates would be very low, making them fatigued and lethargic. Electrolytes and sodium are necessary for achieving optimal hydration. assisting with delivering fluids quickly and to the correct places in the body. By adding these additional ingredients alongside some sugar, scientists achieved the ultimate hydration fluid for sports competitors. This allowed them to refuel their energy levels and keep them hydrated like during a trampoline session. These days, sports drinks still contain electrolytes, sodium, and sugar. However, the sugar content has either been increased to improve taste or replaced with an unhealthy artificial sweetener. Artificial colors and flavors are also commonly added, which may have an adverse effect on some children. Now let's discuss, are sport drinks really necessary? For the average person doing an average amount of physical activity, sports drinks are not needed. They fill your body with unnecessary amounts of sugar and artificial additives. However, if you are a family member has completed 60-90 minutes of intense exercise in hot conditions, then a sport drink may assist with becoming properly hydrated. Just remember, you need to be burning off the sugar in the drink through an exercise to ensure that it isn't converted to and stored as fat. A fantastic natural sports drink alternative is coconut water, which is loaded with electrolytes and has brilliant hydrating properties. If you or a family member requires a sport drink, why not go down the natural route and opt for an icy cold coconut beverage? Now let's discuss the truth about carbs. Where do they sit? Finally, we come to carbohydrates, better known as their abbreviation carbs. So, where do they sit in our review of healthy and unhealthy foods? Carbs would have to be one of the most demonized food groups on the planet, with many people believing them to be the main link between eating habits and those unshiftable kilos. But how much truth is actually behind the claim that carbs make you fat? And is a low carb diet really the best option for your health? What actually are carbs? Carbohydrates are one of three macronutrients that our body converts into energy, the other two being fat and protein. When our body breaks down carbs, it creates glucose, which is essential for brain function. Without it, we would be left feeling sick and fatigued, potentially leading to accumulative health issues. Carbs exist in two forms: complex and simple. Unprocessed complex carbs such as sweet potatoes, oats, and ancient grains are low GI, which means that they take longer for our body to digest. This keeps our tummies full and cravings in check. Processed simple carbs like pasta and bread are in the group with a bad reputation, as they aren't as good for our health. This is because simple carbs aren't as nutrition dense, meaning they are not as full of health promoting vitamins and minerals as their complex counterparts. They aren't as good at sending the I am full signals to our brain, which makes it easy for us to overindulge. Do carbs make us fat? It's one of the important questions, so we should discuss it in detail. Now let's discuss it in detail. The problem is not the fact we eat carbs, it's that many of us overeat them compared to our ancestors. We are eating far greater portions of carbohydrates with far less physical activity. And just like with any food, if we aren't burning off the calories that we are consuming, they will be stored as fat. To answer the question, no, carbs do not make us fat. Overeating them is what negatively affects our health. Now let's discuss how we should consume carbs, which is a healthy way. Carbs are an essential part of a health promoting diet. Not only do they keep our energy levels stable, but they also prevent binge eating, which often occurs when we are following a low carb diet. Low carb diets can be beneficial for weight loss. However, the results are unsustainable in the long term. Instead of dieting, we should be focusing on eating a whole foods diet with plenty of fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, and hearty complex carbs. Some of our favorite healthy carbs that you might consider incorporating into your daily diet include brown rice, beans, and pulses, ancient grains like quinoa and barley, and sweet potatoes. The palm rule can be a helpful guide when serving up your carbohydrates. Simply serving the number of carbs that would fit into your palm. Remember, limiting the amount of simple carbs you consume is beneficial for your health. And for more information on healthy foods, you should visit our channel Know How. Now let's discuss what are the benefits of eating healthy versus unhealthy food. At least 2.7 million people around the world die each year as a result of not getting enough fruits and vegetables in their diets. According to the World Health Organization, eating a healthy diet instead of an unhealthy diet can help you get all the essential nutrients you need and limit your risk for a number of health conditions. Healthy was unhealthy diets. Healthy diets are made up mainly of nutrient rich foods such as legumes, fruits, and vegetables, whole grains, low fat dairy products, lean protein, and nuts and seeds. Unhealthy diets are high in fat, saturated fat, trans fat, sodium, and added sugars. These diets often contain a lot of processed or fast foods that are high in calories but don't contain many nutrients. People following a healthy diet watch their portion sizes so they maintain a healthy weight, since both the quantity and the quality of the food you eat is important for a healthy diet. Nutrient intake. If you eat healthy, you are more likely to get enough of the nutrients like fiber, calcium, vitamin D, and potassium, which many Americans don't consume in sufficient amounts. Whole grains, vegetables, legumes, fruits, and nuts provide fiber. Low fat dairy products and green leafy vegetables provide calcium. Fruits and vegetables like bananas, apricots, strawberries, avocado, and cucumber are good sources of potassium, and fish, eggs, and fortified milk and orange juice contain vitamin D. Disease risk. Up to 40% of cancers may be due in part to following an unhealthy diet. according to breastcancer.org. Unhealthy diets also increase your risk for type 2 diabetes, obesity, and heart disease. The World Health Organization estimates that approximately 2.6 million deaths each year are due to obesity related illnesses. Considerations: planning your meals ahead of time and allowing yourself a small portion of a less than healthy treat once in a while can help you stick to a healthy diet. Following a healthy diet isn't the only thing that matters. You also need to make healthy lifestyle changes to minimize your disease risk. Exercise regularly, stop smoking, and drink only in moderation if at all. Now let's discuss why is eating healthy important. This is one of the main questions which we should understand about. A nutritious, well-balanced diet along with physical activity and refraining from smoking is the foundation of good health. Healthy eating includes consuming high quality proteins, carbohydrates, healthy fats, vitamins, minerals, and water in the foods you take in, while minimizing processed foods, saturated fats, and alcohol. Eating in this manner helps you maintain your body's everyday functions, promotes optimal body weight, and can assist in disease prevention. Overall health. The nutrients in the foods you eat support the activities of day-to-day living, protect your cells from environmental damage, and repair any cellular damage that might occur. Protein rebuilds injured tissue and promotes a healthy immune system. Both carbohydrates and fats fuel your body, while vitamins and minerals function throughout your body in support of your body's processes. Vitamins A, C, and E, for example, act as antioxidants to protect your cells against toxins, and vitamin B help you extract energy from the foods you eat. Calcium and phosphorus keep your bones strong, while sodium and potassium help to transmit nerve signals. Without a healthy diet, you might compromise any of these essential functions. Let's discuss weight control. In addition to the quality of the foods you consume, the quantity matters when considering good eating habits. Taking in the same number of calories as you burn ensures your weight remains steady over time. Consuming more than you burn on the other hand, results in weight gain as your body converts extra calories to fat tissue. When you accumulate fat tissue, you increase your risk of developing one or more health problems, including heart disease, hypertension, respiratory issues, diabetes, and cancer. A healthy meal plan without excess calories helps you not only feel better but can prolong your life. Disease prevention. Obesity is not the only nutrition related cause of disease onset or progression. Too much or too little of certain nutrients can also contribute to health issues. For instance, a lack of calcium in your diet can predispose you to developing osteoporosis or weakening of your bones, while too much saturated fat can cause cardiovascular disease, and too few fruits and vegetables in your nutrition plan is associated with an increased incidence of cancer. Consuming foods from a wide variety of sources helps ensure your body has the nutrients it needs to avoid these health problems. Considerations. If you are not used to eating a healthy diet that promotes your well-being, making gradual changes can help you improve the way you eat in the long run. You can substitute water for high calorie sugary drinks, for example, and switch from full fat to low fat dairy products. Selecting lean meats instead of fatty cuts and whole wheat grains instead of refined grains can lower your intake of unhealthy fats and increase your dietary fiber intake. Fresh fruits and vegetables contain less sodium than canned, and snacking on fresh, crunchy produce like carrots, apples, and cucumber slices is healthier than the fats and salt in chips. Now let's discuss guide for healthy eating. Eating the right foods helps you feel and look better as well as maintain a healthy body. What you choose to eat today affects your health not only immediately but also in the future. Proper nutrition plays an important role in preventing disease, boosting your immune system, and maintaining a healthy weight. By following a few guidelines for healthy eating, you can help maintain ongoing optimal health and wellness. Now let's discuss some of the important topics in detail, which are very essential for our body. Protein. Protein plays an essential role in a healthy diet as it aids in the development of muscle, skin, bones, and teeth. Protein also helps in the transport of nutrients throughout your body and assists in regulating proper blood balance. According to Harvard School of Public Health, plant-based sources of protein such as nuts, beans, and whole grains are the healthiest options for this macronutrient because they also are packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Fish and poultry are also smart protein choices because of its saturated fat content. Limit your intake of red meat and use only the leanest cuts. Now let's discuss carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are your body's main source of energy. However, it's important to choose the right kind of carbohydrates like whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and beans are packed with healthful vitamins and minerals. They also contain fiber, which helps move food waste material through and out of your body. According to Harvard School of Public Health, refined sources of carbohydrates such as white bread, white rice, pastries, sugared sodas, and other highly processed foods contribute to weight gain and increase the risk of diabetes and heart disease. Now let's discuss another main topic for a healthy diet, which is fats. Your body depends on fat for protection, warmth, and to help carry out essential functions. Dietary fats, however, can affect cholesterol. According to New York University's Langone Medical Center, unsaturated fats help reduce low density lipoprotein. Bad cholesterol, which increases the risk for heart disease and stroke. And increase high density lipoprotein. Good cholesterol, which decreases the risk of coronary heart disease. Include in your diet foods that contain unsaturated fats such as olive oil, avocados, nuts, and seeds. Fish like salmon and trout are rich in polyunsaturated fats and heart healthy omega-3 fatty acids. Because saturated and trans fats raise bad cholesterol and lower good cholesterol, limit your intake of animal products such as red meat and whole fat dairy, and avoid deep fried foods. Now let's discuss another factor for a healthy eating, which is one of the most important factor in our daily life: water. According to mayoclinic.com, water is your body's principal chemical component and makes up about 60% of your body weight. It carries nutrients to your cells and flushes toxins from your body's vital organs each day. However, you lose water through breath, urine, perspiration, and exercise, which must be replenished through foods and beverages. Insufficient water replacement can result in dehydration, which causes loss of energy and fatigue. The Institute of Medicine recommends daily flood consumption of 30 cups for men and 9 cups for women to drink. Now let's discuss our next topic: sugar, fat, protein, and starch is used in the human body. The sugar, fat, protein, and starches in the foods you eat each day are critical in maintaining your health. Your body uses them for energy and movement. And they provide the building block for biological molecules in your cells and tissues. Consuming the correct balance of each and selecting high quality sources of these nutrients not only supports your well-being but also helps you avoid diseases and other health disorders. Now let's discuss sugar. Sugar in your diet consists of the monosaccharides glucose, fructose and galactose, and they can also be in the form of disaccharides, which are two monosaccharides linked together. Digestion breaks down disaccharides into their components, monosaccharides, sucrose to glucose and fructose, for instance, and lactose to glucose and galactose. When these single unit sugars are absorbed into your bloodstream, they provide energy to fuel your cells. Sugar can also incorporate into molecules such as proteins and affect their activity in your body. And if you consume too many of them, they can convert to fatty acids and store in your adipose tissue. Now let's discuss another important topic for our healthy diet: fat. Although eating too many fats or unhealthy types of fats can lead to obesity or heart disease, some amount of fat in your body is essential for good health. The best dietary fats are unsaturated, those whose chemical structure is fluid, remaining liquid at room temperature. Your body uses fat as a concentrated energy source that you can store in fat tissue for later use if your calorie intake is too low. In addition, the fat you consume keeps your cell membranes flexible and helps maintain the structural integrity of your cells and tissues. Fat helps you absorb fat soluble vitamins and also assist in regulating the functions of cells.